future, we store the raw materials in the building. So the building is a kind of a bank. Not a bank for money, but it's a bank for material. And then it doesn't matter if we have a building for 5, for 10 or 30 years, because nothing gets lost if we demolish the building. Now, if we demolish this building, even this building, where we try to take care of a lot, even here we will lose some material. But the future is to make a building where we can store the raw material. Another reason is that we created the problem that we doesn't know how the future is, how the nature is working. If you could imagine, the Romans, they were not in love with energy neutral. But they were cooling the building without those grace boxes on the roof. We never found them. But they had very cool buildings. Because they knew how the water is coming to the last leaf in the tree without pumping. And this is a tree. Here's winter. We have so many hours above 15 degrees, so many hours above 20 degrees, and then we have the apple. You can't make an arrangement with the trees. Okay, we need a 10th of October, we need 10 kilo apples. Okay, you can make that agreement? It doesn't work, because he doesn't know. It's a process. It's a process, and it's a rhythm. And maybe you can imagine the consultant who is coming along and said, oh yeah, we have a new software, and we don't need the spring, and we don't need the summer. We just can make the apple. From the winter, we can make the apple. Maybe that's the way how we handle it. And on the right side, you see, this is a picture from the future. It's Amsterdam in 2084, and you see, the buildings are still there. And everybody knows now they will be there. They're very awful, but they're not energy neutral at all. They use a lot of energy. But we call them sustainable buildings. And we call them sustainable buildings because we are in love with the building. We are in love with the quality which are resonating in the building. It has nothing to do with energy. And then we have to look at time as a quality. So let's hope that those buildings we demolished very soon. And then we get all those sustainable condoms, huh? To feel safe. So if you're in love, you need condoms, of course, if you're not safe. And that's what we have. We have all different kind of condoms. But it's not about the condom. It's not about to feel safe. It's about love. That's much more important. So we don't care for the LEED Platinum of the BREEAM Excellent of the Green Calc above 1,000 points, or the Triple P, or Passive House, all these kind of things. This is not important at all. Because if you're in love with something, you always take care. You always give the optimum. So it's not about guilt management, but it's about to do good. If you handle these things, you say, okay, regularly I hit my child 5 times a day, but now I do it 3 times, so I feel very good. Yeah, you do it better, but it's not good at all. But we want to do it good. And if you want to do it good, if you're really in love, like those people who make this car, you can see it's a Porsche. Very nice car. I didn't see it outside, but it's a very good one. And they are in love with the car. I said, okay, for our car, the very best performance, and this is the best brake system we have for the cars, and it's ceramic. It's a natural material, perfect. No negative effect for the environment. But 99% of all cars, they don't have this brake system, because they're not in love with the car. They just look for the efficiency and not for the effectiveness. So it's not about that we have to make very complicated buildings, so we need a lot of facility managers with pumping and all the motors, whatever. We are making high-tech buildings, or we make low-tech buildings with high-tech effect. So we look for the performance of the building. Or, in another way, we could say, let's close the casino. And if you have a green table, it doesn't matter. You play the old game. Stop it. We have to play the new games. So we have to start with a value economy. And in the value economy, we don't have an energy problem. But anyhow, I will tell you something of that building. So, but maybe now you have a little bit kind of a background how we try to work. So this is the start, the tail. It's in the nature area, and now we are somewhere here. This is maybe you saw. This is a kind of a monkey garden, a monkey zoo, and this is a kind of a park. And they want to make a building, but they weren't allowed because it was impossible to make more square meters in that area. So they asked the gemeente, the city government, and they said, okay, let's make a building together here, just on the border between those both areas. So you can use it and we can use it. So this is a fantastic business model, that two clients sharing one building. So, but what is the main step for that building? The main step is, you see here, this is a skeleton. That's yours. That's us. And you could see, he is from China, and he is from south of France. And he is very intelligent. He's also very intelligent. But they have two completely different personalities. So that means the personal character of a human being is not resonating in the skeleton structure, because the skeleton structure is for all human beings the same. But this is completely different for the animals, because the personality structure of an animal is always resonating in the skeleton structure. If you're an elephant, or if you're a snake. So that's why we said, okay, this is a building where we have to look in a completely different way, because people who are working here, they're working for the animals. Children coming here to learn more about nature and also over animals. And that's why we decided to show the structure of the building outside, to show the skeleton structure of the building outside. So you see here the process. We made different solutions, and we had a lot of dialogue with the clients, because this is the most important thing, to have a dialogue with the client, because it's his building and it's not our building. We just help to find him the future. Remember, over 7 years we're going to the moon. So we start a process, and we said, okay, we know the DNA of the building, but we have no idea how it looks like. So we have to find the building. We are not designing a building, we find the building. The situation, this is the border. This is exactly the borderline between the monkey garden, or the monkey zoo, and the park. So we had to make the building on that side. So we made the building on that side, very, very close to it. This is the first sketch we made. So we said, okay, yeah, it has to be completely different building, and you see the structure. You see the structure outside. This is a kind of animation to see it from the air perspective, and these are the sections. These are the section of the skeleton. This is the skeleton of the building. It's not the skeleton of an animal, but it's the skeleton of a building, because people working here for and with animals. So you see the construction, how it works. We did a lot of wood. This is upstairs. Maybe you have a guide tour today. You can look upstairs, just to give the people the feeling they are working in the nature and they're working for the nature. And this is very funny. This is a picture from May this year. And if we would make the picture right now, it will be the same, because you see the front area is not finished yet. So they're working on it for months, and we hope they will finish.